prior to us arriving in Edinburgh, we drove from Glasgow to Loch Lomond to Loch Ness, which I showed in my last vlog. However, I forgot to include the Harry Potter train / the Glenfinnan Viaduct. So I want to include those clips in here because it was such a cool experience, especially if you are a Harry Potter fan. And then also after this, we drove through Inverness. So we saw as much as possible before we made it to Edinburgh. We just saw the train go across the Glenfinnan Viaduct. It was absolutely immaculate, and it makes me want to go watch all of the Harry Potter movies again. We ended up grabbing burgers before we get back on the road, and there's 2 patties in here. Did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't know that. All right, cheers. Good morning from Edinburgh. We woke up this morning, had some breakfast at the hotel. We're staying at the Waldorf Astoria. And then we are now going to spend the day exploring, walking through the streets, maybe trying to find some gift shops. And we're gonna walk towards the castle, if you can see. Try to get as close to it as possible. But because it's super loud on the street, I will talk to you guys once we're a little bit closer. I do want to point out, the castle's behind me. I do want to point out that a lot of Edinburgh is uphill, where you have to take a boatload of stairs to get to where you're going.
Stretch before you go.
Yeah, stretch before you go. Stretch before you go. It looks like they're building some type of stadium or something too, right next to the castle. So, not sure what that will be, but I would say we're about halfway there. You know you're in Scotland when you're surrounded by cathedrals, a castle, beautiful buildings, and you have a Scottish bagpiper to the left. Playing everybody some beautiful music this morning. Thank you. So Sean bought the audio recording that you can listen to as you walk by, and he said that it just told him that this goes off every single day at 1 p.m. So we're gonna try to catch it. It's 12:06, so we have a little bit of time to explore before. If you look closely, that sign says cemetery for soldiers' dogs.
Bunch of tombstones.
Yeah, they all have their tombstones. In less than a minute, they're gonna fire off the cannon, but we're beating the crowd, so I'm gonna try to catch what it sounds like on camera, but walk out of the castle before everybody has the same idea.
15 seconds.
All right, 15 seconds. 5 seconds. There it goes. It's 1 o'clock. We are currently walking along the Water of Leith, we think, but it's a beautiful paved garden, and there's just like beautiful green moss everywhere and beautiful buildings again, and then the water. It's nice to just, the bridge. It's nice to just walk along the paved area. We were walking along there and just listening to the water. It's about 55 degrees. That's our new face. And so I highly suggest, if you're in this area of Edinburgh and you just want to relax and chill. Sorry, my camera is kind of grimy. There we go, much better.
Water of Leith.
Oh, here we go. This is how you say it. And so if you're in this area and you just want to take a nice little gander and get out of the busy street, this is where I suggest you go. After lunch, we wanted to try Hotel Chocolat. We don't have this in the States. And so we walked in just to look, and they ended up having a advent calendar. And so you can get an advent calendar for 1 and have chocolate for 24 days in December, or for 2, and y'all can share truffles. And so we ended up getting this truffle advent calendar. So I'm super stoked for that. I still haven't tried it, so I'm gonna have some self-control and wait till December, but I'm excited for that. And now we're gonna go put this back in the hotel and kind of look around a little bit. It's 3:20. The temperature is dropping slightly. There was a store back there that said to come back at 5 and they'd give us some Prosecco. So I think that's just a way of getting you tipsy so you'll spend your money. But they did have some cute things in there. So, I don't know. You'll know what we end up doing whenever we do, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go regroup.
Yeah, regroup. We stumbled upon this park. You've got the bridge, you've got office buildings and residential buildings. But this really looks very either haunted. I mean, I'm sure it's a church or something. I don't know what it is right now, but yes, it looks pretty gothic. I just spotted these little igloo things, and that is my dream to go and eat in one of those. So we're gonna try to find what restaurant that is and try to get in tonight. So the bubbles you need to reserve, and we had no idea. It was a long shot, but now we're at a bar, and I've got this little nest, and I'm just rocking. And I have a drink. It's a gin and Prosecco drink. Probably have one. I'm using it as a stabilizer for y'all. We'll probably have 1 or 2 of those, and then grab some food. It looks like they have little food truck-like restaurants to eat here. We'll probably just chill here. This is our vibe. So we're currently at Cask Smugglers. And what was this called? I honestly don't really know the venue, but it's, you walk in and there's like
the train station?
Yeah, we're right by the train station. There's like 3 other places where you can get beer and some food, and it's just super chill vibes, and that's what we love. Also, the Gothic statue thing, I honestly don't know what it is, but I'm serious. We had Yo Sushi for dinner right outside of the castle. We found it very hard to find meals and restaurants that we could walk into throughout our trip, because after COVID, a lot of the restaurants in the UK went on a reservation system, so it's not a wait list system. You can't just walk right in for at least most of the restaurants that we found, and Yo Sushi didn't have that issue. So we were able to get right in and sit at a booth, and it was a good experience. This is our current situation right now. It is the next day, and the castle is behind me, and it's about 50 degrees. It's super windy, super rainy. We are getting soaked, but we need to get some stuff from the gift shop. So this is super authentic with what people that live here have to deal with very often. It is a super rainy day in Scotland, but we headed out after the gift shop. We packed up all of our stuff, put it in the car, and we got on the road. And about 20 or 30 minutes on our drive from Edinburgh to York, we ran into a little cafe. It's called the Olive Tree Deli, and it was super delicious. It looked like a sweet family owned it. I got tomato soup, I got a chai tea latte, and then I got a chicken wrap, which I need to eat. But I thought I would include that just in case you're making the drive from Edinburgh to York or Brighton or what's the other one? What's the one with an L?
Bristol?
Nope. No, an L.
For what?
The one that we were gonna stay in tonight.
Oh, Leeds.
Oh. Or if you're driving to Leeds from Scotland. But yeah, it's a super rainy day today. We had such a great time. We lucked out with the weather. It was super great to be able to travel around not only Glasgow but also Edinburgh, and there be no rain in the forecast, so got super lucky. I'm gonna end my Scotland vlog here. I hope we'll be back at some point again in our lives, but now we're gonna head back to England. We're driving to York. We're going to stop in Oxford. We're going to see Bath. So we have a couple more days to show you, so I hope you stick around, and I'll see you in the next one.